So my friend John and I see each other about once a week in order to discuss life, and also usually we end up talking about Seattle and where we're going and why it's important and things like that. Today was interesting. He asked me what I wanted out of it all, and he wanted to know my dreams and hopes and aspirations, and I think it's a big deal for him, and I understand it should be a big deal for me, but I think I'm so burnt out on being idealistic sometimes that it's very difficult, which is kind of weird because the whole idea of this "it gets better" thing is rather idealistic. The whole idea is that I'm trying to show people that action is required, and I'm trying to show people that leadership is required, and I'm just a guy with a camera, really, and that should be enough. It really should be for people watching this, for people thinking, for people who are afraid. A guy with a camera should be enough sometimes, so that you don't feel afraid, so that you minimize the uneasiness of it all. Really, it's something that we talked about was kind of interesting because there's this push to be out and to be open and to whatever, and he's like, a recent study or a recent findings show that there was a study that sometimes it's not good to come out, and no shit. That's another thing about the It Gets Better project. It really, if I had a campaign, it'd be "It Sucks Less Project." It sucks less project, because coming out is difficult, and thinking it gets better is difficult. Like, I desperately believe is the best way to say it, because I don't desperately want to believe. I just desperately believe that things get better. They do. Things get better. I desperately believe that, but the problem is desperately. Because it's difficult. You go through a process, and it's just crap sometimes. It just sucks less sometimes. And this whole tie-in with the some people say it's not good to come out. No shit, Sherlock. If you live in Alabama with a horrible surroundings and no one to support you when you come out, and you don't have friends to understand, then you don't come out fully. You can't. You don't. You won't. You shouldn't, because you might hurt yourself psychologically, and other people might hurt you physically, and other people might definitely hurt you psychologically. So come on, think about it. And this is a big process to getting this is important. This is a moment on trying to figure out what it is and what it means and what I'm doing with my life. This move is the catalyst of change. The idea that it gets better. The notion. And creating it into reality. Because you know what? The thought of it getting better isn't enough. The action of things getting better is. I desperately want to be a community leader in order to make what is an impossible reality into reality. That's what I want. And the community leader is a very good way of doing it, because, I believe that if a child, or if anyone is displaced by the people who are supposed to be taking care of them, that's the nicest way to put it. Because you can be a legal adult and able to tend to your own needs, but you can still get displaced by those that are supposed to care about you. Then those people, everyone around that person who doesn't help them, forfeits the right for them to be in their life. And if you happen to get kicked out of your parents because you're gay, your parents forfeit the right to have you. And I want to have a network of community centers, okay, that have barrack-type places and ties and, very interesting, intertwined community relations where, you forfeit the right for that child. They get a bus ticket, they get a plane ticket, they get a ticket away from you to one of these centers. You lose the right to them. Period. However long it takes for us to wait for you to abandon your child legally in whatever state it's in, good, we'll do it. We'll wait that long. The kid can hide out until you officially give up. And it doesn't seem fair or just or honest or legal. And you know what? I don't care. I don't care. Because you forfeited the right to be a good parent, to be a good person, to be good when you exile someone. You don't deserve it. But those community centers should be geared towards rehabilitating. That kid goes to school, that kid gets a working permit. Those community centers act as holding houses, as well as, what do you call them? Like staffing agencies. And they're given the appropriate jobs, and they're put in the appropriate places, and they're taken away from the inappropriate. Super idealistic, super impossible. What I want to do. I don't like this reality, so bite me, reality. I'm gonna make my own. That's what I want to do. And there's other things in my life that are exactly like that. Like, I don't think, but I don't know because I don't sing in front of people, that I can sing. I do sing. I don't do it in front of people. I can't play an instrument per se. But what I can do is cook. I don't know if you guys can hear that helicopter. And to me, cooking can express and create emotion just like performing an art, like singing or playing an instrument. You can relay an emotion. You can cause that. Like, I can cook. I can make people appreciate and understand and feel with my cooking. And that's another idealistic way to know that your recipes, like, can create emotion and stir things inside people. And that's a way to change the world. That's just out of the box. That's just crazy that I would love to become a chef, because I want to be able to prepare ingredients that stir emotion and stir imagination, not, while stirring a pot. Those are things that just are. I want to write my own philosophy down, this idea, and I want people, I don't even want my name attached to it. I want people to be so impacted by this that they are using my guide in their philosophy class about how, these philosophers from the past, like, they have a good base, but this is where we should take it. That's what I want to do. And the thing is, like, those are, like, you don't need to know the chef who made the food. You don't need to know the guy who made the community center plan. You don't need to know the real name of the person who wrote the philosophy. And, like, yes, people should know that I'm awesome. They should. But I don't need them to know that I'm awesome to do something awesome. To do something batshit crazy idealistic. People just know I'm moving if I've told them. They don't know that I'm moving because I want so much more out of life, and I don't believe it's here. And I don't know if I can explain it to them so easily. I don't know if I can explain it to you so easily, but it's what I'm doing. And hopefully someone will hear it, and it'll change their opinion about what they're doing now and here, and what they want to be doing. And even if it's just a moment in their life where they just take a moment, that little moment. Moments are very important. Just a split second to dream a little bit about how it gets better, in whatever way it needs to get better, and simply be happier. And whether it's me saying it on this thing, or them hearing it again after, or however it comes to their mind, if they get this subconsciously planted, they have a good dream. I don't need credit for people to feel better about things. I just want people to feel better about things. So that's it for now. More to come. It's actually going to be a pretty busy week for me. So I'm hoping to keep up with the videos here. I'm doing a video a day on the other one, and that's really killing me because I don't know what to talk about. Alright, everyone. Later.